I feel like we have a good mix of upperclassmen and underclassmen. Having the same coach last 4 years and having a new coach, like everybody's in the same position where they're all learning new things. But I feel like everybody has started to rise to the challenge, and we're super excited to see where it'll take us. Just watching film, I think this style is going to be totally different. We're going to definitely run more of an up-tempo style, whether it's on offense or defense, at more full court than what these kids are used to. And so that's taken a lot of getting in shape for these last, couple months. And so that's what they've been working hard to do. I stress to our kids that, defense is working hard. You don't have to be the most athletic. You don't have to be the quickest. You don't have to be the biggest. You just have to be able to work hard and stay disciplined, and you'll do fine. I think on the offensive end, I think we're looking at, because of our up-tempo defense, getting a lot of looks in transition, so kind of more of an up-tempo style as well, but then also being able to settle down in the half court and not allow defenses to get us off kilter. It's been awesome. I think I really enjoyed being able to have from April till now to kind of get to know them off the court. It's really important for a coach, any coach, but especially a new coach, to build those relationships so that you can earn the trust of your kids. You can't just if I would have come in, last week and started practices and started yelling at them and demanding things from them, I think it would have been a lot harder for them to adjust and be able to do those things. And so making that extra effort to get to know each of them, we're really going to stress making sure that we're serving the community and appreciating the community that has, backed us and supported us for so many years. And so that piece of it was really, really awesome, being able to help families out there. The retreat aspect of it was great as well. We got to just see our kids in a different environment outside of basketball. We had, competitions that weren't necessarily basketball to kind of see who, rose to those. We had devotionals, and we just had great, deep talks that allowed us to each open up and kind of tell our stories and get to know each other on a deeper level. So I thought it was really awesome. Myself and Alex got to bring our families, so I thought that was really important for them to get to know them as well, see us more than just their basketball coach, but as a human as well. Going from being an assistant at the high school level to a head coach was awesome. And so the transition from high school to college, the competition was crazy, and I'm a super competitive person, so it was really fun. But it was hard to take a step back in the sense that you ran things to now you are kind of not at all. So still being a part of it and being able to kind of see the different perspective, I thought was really cool. I got to do a lot of the background stuff that most, head coaches who haven't experienced that have no idea what goes into that. So I think that helped me in a sense from that aspect, transitioning back to a head coaching job. I really loved my time at Portland. I thought it was awesome. I learned a ton. I made a lot of new friends, had a ton of mentors, and still do. But it made me realize that I wanted to be leading my own program. And so when this opportunity arose, I just wanted to jump on it and be back to where, it made a difference for me the most in my life, was being here as an athlete. So I want to be able to come back and do that for athletes as well. We met with each of them before they left for the summer in April, and just kind of talked to them about what their off season looked like. And, we don't have the opportunity to work with them in the off season, but just kind of getting an idea of, what they plan on doing. And so I thought, it was very promising, and I thought a lot of them did a great job, prepping for that. I'm very thankful to have stepped in when, 8 practices out of season to be able to work on things, especially being a new program. We were able to introduce things a lot earlier. I think the first couple were a little bit of a shock, because when you have a new coach and you're not sure what to expect, it just kind of is a shock to the system. So I would say after the second practice, the girls, took everything in stride and understood that, we were going to, really hustle from drill to drill. We were going to work hard, and we were going to be intense and competitive. And so I think they've done a great job adjusting to it, kind of carry on to, season. Say their ability to face adversity. I think, we've thrown a lot at them when you're running everything completely new, a new coaching staff, having to learn about each other, not only from the athletes to the coaches, but athletes to athletes from a different perspective. They've had to learn how to be okay, when we're on the court, we step on the court and we mean business, and we're going to get a lot done, and we're going to work hard. And then when we step off the court, these girls are still my family, my friends, those types of things. So I would say they've faced adversity really, really well. They've really bought in and trust what we're trying to do, and especially to be successful. But their leadership has been great. They're great leaders, but I think because they're learning with all the new freshmen and all the underclassmen and the juniors, it's been a little bit trickier for them to lead necessarily by example, or being able to kind of step up from a basketball standpoint, because they're learning right alongside them. But I think they've done a great job, and once something really clicks for them, they're willing to ask questions. I've told them multiple times, like, you asking questions or you wanting to learn more and you making mistakes is helping, the other kids understand that it's okay to do that, and it's helping you all learn. And I feel like the juniors have done a really good job of kind of breaking down the barriers between underclassmen and upperclassmen and allowing everybody to just kind of be seen as one versus the older kids and the younger kids. A huge thing is Kylie getting voted a captain. That was voted on by her teammates. She's a sophomore, and for people to see that, like, she's finally stepping into like who she is and like what she means to this team, which I think is really, really cool. You don't hear that often, that a sophomore is a captain. And so I just think it's really cool. And I think it has really motivated the sophomore class and even the freshman class. Age is just a number. Like, it doesn't matter where you are in the program. Like, you can step up, you can be a leader, and you can be a difference maker, whether on the court or off the court. So I think our sophomore class has really taken that in stride, and it's given them the confidence to really step up and make a difference in the program. For me, I just want to go down and compete. It's not about going down there and, we have to win both these games. I want to see their fight. I want to see them want to compete and do better. I want to see a full game where we might not be doing everything perfectly, and we might not have all of the skill sets that we need to, be super successful, but going out, working hard, and doing the things that we're asking them to do. It's hard to put everything that you want to put in 2 weeks. And so we'll just be scratching the surface. But if we can get our group to go down there and work hard and challenge these teams, that's all we can ask for. It's a tough conference. I think it's all the teams are very well coached. And so everybody's going to be trying to find different ways to stop other teams and to be successful offensively and to produce offensively against other teams. I think there's a couple teams that have a lot of upperclassmen that have been there a while, so they have experience. And so I think that's going to be different for us. I think an advantage we have is that nobody really knows much about us. Every night's going to be a battle. I think every team is, we have to have the mindset that every team that we play is the team to beat, and have the mindset that they have that mindset against us. So going out and just consistently playing the best that we can play every night. Thing for me when I was looking to hire coaches is I wanted to have a collaborative relationship with my coaches. I have a lot of great mentors, but I wanted to fill my staff with people that not only could learn from me, but that I could learn from. They've been amazing. They've really helped. And, since we started practices, the collaborative relationship has just continued to grow. Maybe one day a practice is like, wow, that was rough for me. But then you have Alex or Lily point out like, yeah, but did you see this? Like, this was really good. And then you're like, oh, you're right. Like, I could have just kind of gotten stuck in my way being like, that was a terrible practice. But they kind of are able to see other things that I might not be able to see. And so I've really enjoyed having them. They're huge assets to this program. The girls are building relationships with them, which is really awesome. And I think, having Lily, having been an alumni and playing, for George Fox like I have, like we know what it is to be successful and what it is to be a Bruin. So I think that really helps. And the culture, when I was here, it was definitely a winning mentality, but also like building relationships and not only being a good person and being super successful on the court, but being successful off the court, showing them their worth and showing them that, yes, we want to be successful on the court, we want to be competitive, and we want to win basketball games. And they'll see that side because I'm super competitive and they're super competitive. But more than that, we want to build the relationships. We want them to be good humans outside of basketball, getting a good education and being in a good career. The reality of the situation is most of our kids aren't going to go play professional basketball, and that's fine. And so setting them up for good futures, and I think that is part of the culture piece, is like doing different things outside of just the basketball piece, like serve projects or going on a retreat, getting to know each other a little bit better, doing weekly devotionals, those types of things. We want to build a good human, not just a good basketball player.